The mistake most men make: they try to convince her. They overtext, overexplain, overprove their worth, thinking affection equals attraction. It doesn't. In fact, every time you chase her, you remind her that she's the prize. But when you stop chasing, when you pull back, when you show that your world doesn't revolve around her attention, that's when the shift happens. That's when her indifference turns into curiosity. Curiosity turns into tension, and tension turns into desire. In this video, I'm going to reveal how to flip that psychological switch, how to make her miss you, crave you, and regret ever doubting you, even if she wasn't interested before. This isn't manipulation. It's understanding human nature. And once you master that, she'll never see you the same again. You're about to uncover a secret so potent, so fundamentally opposed to everything you've been taught about women, that it could dismantle the entire dating industry. Forget every nice guy platitude, every alpha male bro science, and every self-help guru who told you to chase. Because if every man knew this, women would lose their most powerful weapon, the ability to dictate your worth. Here's the raw, unfiltered truth. Attraction isn't earned by relentless pursuit. It's forged in the white-hot crucible of her uncertainty. In the moments she stares at her phone, wondering why you haven't texted. In the quiet hours she spends replaying your last conversation, searching for clues. In the frustrating realization that you occupy her thoughts more than she wants to admit. Women don't fall for men who desperately need their validation. They fall for the men who ignite an unnameable spark, a tantalizing mystery, an undeniable presence that lingers like a ghost in her mind long after you've vanished from her sight. This is the chasm between the men women discard and the ones they can never truly forget. The competitor's script emphasizes 7 key points to make a woman miss you. Why chasing kills. Attraction. Chasing gives women too much attention, making men seem desperate and insecure, thus killing attraction. Silence speaks louder than texts. Constant communication makes men taken for granted. Strategic silence creates curiosity and makes a woman wonder, increasing a man's perceived value. Stop being too available. Being constantly available makes a man predictable and boring. Having a life and priorities outside of her creates challenge and excitement, increasing his value. Mystery beats honesty. Every time. Too much honesty too soon removes intrigue. Mystery keeps a woman curious, forcing her to think about him and imagine what he's doing. Never compete for her attention. Competing for attention signals weakness and desperation. Men of value attract, they don't compete. Confidence is more addictive than love. Confidence, shown through action and self-respect, is magnetic and signals strength, stability, and leadership, making a man unforgettable. Love without confidence feels like weakness. Make her think she's losing you. The fear of loss increases perceived value. If a woman knows a man is always there, she has no reason to miss him. Being willing to walk away makes her realize his worth. Now let's create a more impactful script based on these principles, maintaining a spicy tone and the required length. You've been lied to. Not by your friends, not by society, but by the very narrative woven around attraction itself. You've been told that to win her over, you need to be the ever-present, ever-chasing, ever-adoring male, that her attention is a prize to be relentlessly pursued, that more effort, more texts, more compliments will eventually break down her walls. It's a comforting lie, isn't it? A lie designed to keep you on the hamster wheel, endlessly running towards a finish line that always moves. But here's the truth, raw and unvarnished. The harder you chase, the faster she runs. The more you make yourself available, the less she values your presence. And the more you try to convince her of your worth, the more you confirm to her that you're desperate for her approval. This isn't about being a jerk. It's not about playing games in the manipulative sense. This is about understanding the primal currents of human psychology, about recognizing that attraction isn't logical, it's emotional. And emotions, my friend, are rarely swayed by logic or relentless pursuit. They're stirred by mystery, by challenge, by the intoxicating fear of loss. So if you're tired of being the nice guy she forgets, the persistent suitor she ignores, or the emotional ATM she withdraws from without a second thought, then listen closely. Because in the next few minutes, I'm going to expose the 7 forbidden truths that will rewire her perception of you, transforming indifference into a burning, undeniable craving. You won't be chasing her anymore. She'll be chasing the ghost of your presence, haunted by the question, Where did he go, and why can't I stop thinking about him? This isn't a quick fix. It's a fundamental shift in how you operate, a re-education in the art of being unforgettable. Imagine for a moment that you are the sun. Does the sun chase the planets? Does it beg them for attention? No, it simply exists, radiating its power, and the planets, by their very nature, orbit around it. When you chase a woman, you invert this cosmic order. You become the planet, desperately orbiting her sun, hoping for a fleeting moment of warmth. This instantly signals a profound insecurity, a whisper in her subconscious that screams, "I don't believe I'm valuable enough for you to come to me." And nothing, absolutely nothing, extinguishes the flame of attraction faster than insecurity. Your relentless pursuit isn't endearing. It's suffocating. It provides emotional oversupply. She doesn't need to wonder about you because you're always there, always available, always knocking on her digital door. You're giving away your most precious resource, your attention, for free. And what's given for free is rarely valued. Think of the most desirable things in life: rare art, exclusive experiences, limited editions. Their value is amplified by their scarcity. When you chase, you eliminate scarcity. You become abundant and therefore common. The solution? Stop chasing. Right now, just stop. Let your silence be a vacuum that pulls her in, not a void that repels her. This isn't about childish games. It's about re-establishing the natural order, where true value attracts. It doesn't beg. Most men are addicted to constant communication, believing that a barrage of texts and calls is the emotional glue that binds a woman to them. Good morning. How's your day? Good night. It feels like effort, like caring, like being attentive. But what it actually is emotional noise. It's the equivalent of background music that's always playing. Eventually, you stop noticing it. When your words are omnipresent, they lose their impact. They become wallpaper. Silence, however, is a sledgehammer. It creates a vacuum she feels compelled to fill. When you strategically withdraw your constant stream of communication, you force her mind to engage. Why isn't he texting? Is he busy? Is he with someone else? Did I do something wrong? These questions are the fertile ground where missing you takes root. Curiosity, not familiarity, is the engine of desire. Your attention is a high-value currency. When you spend it freely, it loses its worth. When you make it rare, it becomes precious. This isn't about ignoring her rudely. It's about calibrating your output. It's about demonstrating that your world doesn't collapse if you don't hear from her for a few hours, or even a day. It screams self-possession, an independence that is inherently attractive. The most profound conversations often happen in the quiet spaces between words. Let your silence speak volumes. Let it whisper to her subconscious that you are a man with a rich, vibrant life beyond her orbit. The cardinal sin most men commit is the sin of perpetual availability. You're always there, always ready to drop everything, always replying within seconds. You've become her emotional comfort blanket, predictable and safe. But here's the brutal truth. Comfort doesn't breed desire. It breeds complacency. When you're always available, there's no challenge, no anticipation, no spark of the unknown. She knows with absolute certainty that you're her fallback option, her guaranteed yes. And what's guaranteed is rarely coveted. Think about it. The job you fought for, the vacation you saved for, the goal that pushed your limits. These are the things that bring true satisfaction because they weren't easy. The things handed to you without effort often feel less valuable. Women are not drawn to men who rearrange their entire lives around her schedule. They are drawn to men with their own compelling narrative. Men who sometimes say, "I can't, I have plans." Men who have a life so full and engaging that her presence is an enhancement, not the entire plot. Your independence is your most potent aphrodisiac. It screams that you have options, that your time is valuable, that your approval is earned, not given freely. The less available you make yourself, the more she will feel your absence. The more she feels your absence, the more she starts to question, to wonder, to miss. We are indoctrinated into believing that complete honesty, total transparency, is the path to connection. And yes, honesty is crucial in a committed relationship, but in the fragile dance of attraction, too much honesty too soon is a fatal error. You lay all your cards on the table, your hopes, your fears, your daily routine, your deepest feelings. You become an open book, and while that might seem vulnerable and endearing, it strips away the very essence of intrigue. Attraction is fueled by curiosity, by the tantalizing allure of the unknown. When she knows everything about you, when there are no more layers to peel back, no more secrets to uncover, she loses interest. The human mind is wired to chase puzzles, to solve mysteries. When you present yourself as a solved equation, there's no incentive for her to engage. She needs to wonder where you are, who you're with, what hidden depths lie beneath the surface. That wondering is the psychological glue that keeps her thinking about you, even when you're not around. Think of your favorite thriller. If the villain and plot twist were revealed in the first chapter, would you keep reading? Of course not. Women are drawn to men who are an ongoing saga, not a concluded anecdote. So yes, be authentic, but never reveal your entire hand at once. Let her earn access to your inner world. Let her chase the mystery that is you. This is a brutal truth that separates the men who get chosen from the men who merely exist in her periphery. Stop competing for her attention. Seriously, stop. Do not rush to be the first to like her post, the quickest to comment, the one who tries to out-joke, out-impress, or out-flirt other men around her. This behavior in her eyes is not charming. It's profoundly weak. It communicates desperation. It screams, I believe her attention is a scarce resource and I must fight for it. And women, on a deeply instinctual level, are repelled by weakness. A man who truly knows his worth doesn't compete. He attracts. He understands that his value is inherent, not something to be proven or validated by her acceptance. If she can't see it, it's not his problem. It's hers. When you cease to chase and compete, when you embody the attitude that you are the prize, her entire psychological landscape shifts. She will stop seeing you as another eager contender and start seeing you as the standard. You are the high-value male who creates demand, not the supplicant begging for supply. This isn't arrogance. It's self-respect. It's about standing in your power and allowing her to qualify for your attention, rather than the other way around. The moment you stop fighting for her, she'll start fighting to understand why you stopped. Most men mistakenly believe that showering a woman with affection, constantly validating her, and expressing undying love is the path to her heart. They think love is the ultimate aphrodisiac. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Love without confidence feels like weakness, and weakness is the antithesis of attraction. Confidence, however, is a psychological superglue. It's the unspoken language that signals strength, stability, and leadership. It's not about being loud or boastful. True confidence is quiet, self-assured, and unwavering. It's the way you carry yourself, the decisions you make without hesitation, the way you stand firm in your convictions, even if it means disagreeing with her. Women are biologically wired to respond to this strength. They are drawn to men who are pilots of their own lives, not passengers waiting for directions. You can write her 1,000 love poems, but if your actions betray a lack of self-belief, she will never truly crave you. Confidence isn't just about what you say. It's about what you do, and more importantly, what you don't do. It's walking away from disrespect. It's having clear boundaries. It's prioritizing your mission. That kind of confidence doesn't just make a woman like you. It makes her utterly addicted to you. It's what lingers in her mind, creating an imprint that no amount of superficial affection can erase. This is the ultimate psychological trigger, often misunderstood as manipulation, but it's actually the purest form of self-respect. Make her feel the possibility of losing you. Human psychology dictates that we value what we might lose far more than what is guaranteed. When you make yourself a permanent fixture in her life, available on demand without any real investment from her, you remove all incentive for her to chase or appreciate you. There's no fear of loss, no urgency, no emotional stake. But the moment she senses that your attention is not a permanent fixture, that your focus might be shifting, that your path might diverge from hers if she doesn't meet you halfway, something profoundly shifts within her. Her mind races. Is he moving on? Is another woman getting his attention? Have I taken him for granted? What if I lose him? This fear, this visceral realization of potential loss is the most powerful catalyst for desire. This isn't about playing mind games. It's about establishing your value. It's about being genuinely willing to walk away if your worth isn't recognized. It's about demonstrating that your life is rich and fulfilling with or without her. That authenticity, that willingness to prioritize your own well-being is what makes your absence sting. It's when she imagines a life without you that she truly starts to miss you. Because deep down, the most potent regret for a woman isn't missing a nice guy. It's realizing she let go of a man who knew his worth and was willing to walk away. That's the man she can't get out of her head. That's the man she ultimately chases. Now you have a choice. You can continue down the well-trodden path of chasing, begging and hoping for her validation. Or you can integrate these forbidden truths, reshape your approach, and become the man she can't forget. The man whose absence makes her wonder, whose silence makes her crave, and whose confidence makes her obsess. This isn't about changing who you are. It's about revealing the powerful, attractive man you were always meant to be. If you're ready to stop being the overlooked option and start being the undeniable obsession, then the journey begins now. Embrace the mystery, value your silence, prioritize your purpose, and watch how her entire world shifts around you. Remember, the goal isn't to get her back. It's to make her realize what she lost. And by implementing these principles, you will do exactly that. Your power lies not in your pursuit, but in your unapologetic self-possession. If you're ready to dive deeper into the nuanced psychology of attraction and discover how to solidify your status as the man she can't live without, then make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell. I'll be sharing even more actionable insights that will change your dating life forever. Don't miss out on unlocking your full potential. Join the movement.